Hello, this is Bill Claudsey. Welcome back to round 2, where we're on the draw and we have a hand without any red. Now, let me do a quick check here. We do have 8 red sources and +1 crumbling vestige in the deck. So it's pretty likely we draw it kind of by the time we need it, and we don't really know what we're up against, so I'm actually going to keep this hand. It does have land, it does have Seer's Lantern. I could lead with Skyline Cascade, but I might just do that on turn 2, depending on what we draw. Alright, what is this? Alright, red-green landfall deck. Interesting. Now I kind of regret playing the island on turn 1, because it looks like we won't be able to get the Seer's Lantern out on turn 3. But if we do draw a mountain or even another island, then it'll be alright. Opponent needs to decide whether they're going to send a 3-1 trample at us with the Stonewaker. And that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Okay, they're not. They're just going to develop their board. Yeah, okay. That's a pretty good way to develop a board. And there's not much we can do about that. It was a nice draw, getting this mountain. And, yeah, so the best way to pressure this Nissa over there is going to be to get a 4-4 attacking it. Let's try that. Now, I could have attacked it for 1, but the plant just jumps in front of it, and I'd rather block an opponent's attacking Stonewaker here. If that happens to happen. So this turn I would imagine Nissa pluses again, at least once more, in which case we can actually finish her off by playing Skyline Cascade into Radiant Flames, depending on what comes out. Yeah, so we're still go to do that. Of course, she could minus here, and that kind of messes things up. -2 would suck. Yes, okay, so we get to kill Nissa here. Huh. This was a close one. I mean, if they knew we had Radiant Flames, it'd be obvious minus, but yeah, we'll be able to deal with this. You know, there's 1 more mana, or possibly 2 left to deal with, so who knows. But if nothing has 3 toughness, then we're all set. Crossing my fingers here. Alright, our turn? It's gotta be our turn, right? They're wondering if they want to attack. Possibly, but they only have a plant and a Stonewaker. And the Stonewaker is not a good attack here. Okay. So let's do it. Let's keep... I don't know. Keep the Stonewaker tapped. Make this guy bigger. Play Radiant Flames for 3. Attack Nissa. Come on. Yeah, Reality Hemorrhage gets us, because then we do 2 to our own Predator. Reality Hemorrhage does get us pretty good here. Come on. Okay, no Reality Hemorrhage because no sign was sacked. So we did it. We got a 3 for 1, including 1 Planeswalker and 2 other things. If we're in good shape, that still remains to be seen. But it looks like we're doing pretty well for now. Alright. Alright, I can accept all this. Okay, so... I'm just going to play Seer's Lantern out and not worry about Dragon Master Outcast, because this lets us tap something that might come in, or just block the Bushwhacker, who knows, or negate some spell that's about to kill this Blinding Drone. Alright, so we'll let something come in and then tap the Vestige. Oops. Do this in the right way. With enough clicks, I'll get it done. Alright, this guy fights the Vestige pretty well. It's just about what we want to cast right now. Even up the life totals. Okay, can we just get a little break here? Drawing this is good. We get to do 4 damage here? No, because they still have 1 pump. I was thinking 4 damage with the Rolling Thunder, but I'd rather just... I don't know, they have 2 pumps on the Hunter, that makes it a 5/5. I could kill it now, but yeah, let's just cast another creature. I'm not worried about getting Dragon Master Outcast into play, because we just don't have enough lands for that right now. Yeah, we have Stabilized, and that early turn with Radiant Flames was just absurd, so we kind of lucked out. They're like, what could go wrong if I just plussed once more? So much can go wrong. There's no reason to go ridiculous. I'm just going to cast Dragon Master Outcast, negate anything that kills it, and hold the team back. Yeah, if our opponent taps out, then on offense, then Rolling Thunder can sweep their team, but as it is, we have pretty good blocks. Now what? Okay, let's scry. I'm not so interested in tapping anything. That looks like a good one. We don't need it, but if something goes wrong, then Tyrant is a good backup plan. Alright, once again, we'll just pass here. And pretty soon we'll start attacking with a bunch of dragons every turn. Yeah. Okay, let's scry again. Yeah, that looks good. Once again, we still want to hold up Negate because we're way ahead, but it's not a bad card to have around. 4, 7, yeah, we don't need to worry about that. Yeah, anything, I mean, besides Ulamog or something, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it might be right to kill the Life Spring Druid to keep our opponent off Ulamog. But besides that, we're in pretty good shape. So this is 8. It's only 2 pumps. I don't mind trading it for Kozilek's Pathfinder here. Always yield to that. Alright. And first strike. Lead by example. Yeah, I still don't care about that. Right, I can just return those 2 creatures. I don't care what we draw so much. Reality Hemorrhage, pretty cool. Yeah, let's just attack for a bunch. Could we kill our opponent? Yeah, our opponent's just dead here, right? We tap the Vestige. Sure, attack with this guy too. Good deal. Get this last satisfaction of killing our Dragon Master Outcast. Or not. Sometimes you just gotta have fun. Alright, well, Dragon Master Outcast is absurd, and Negate Backup feels amazing. Try to do something like that again. We do have to worry about that Nisa. So what are we going to do if that comes down again? No idea. Try to rush it with Rush of Ice. Actually, Slip Through Space is a good answer as well. Coralhelm Guide might be okay. Zada's Commando matches up pretty well against all this stuff. Cinder Hellion was pretty good that game, so was Pathfinder. I guess they come down a little bit late, so I'd rather have this early presence on the board. And maybe Coralhelm Guide is better than the Entangler here. Again, for Nisa. Because our opponent just went really wide and had too many blockers to deal with, so chump attacking into, well, not chump attacking so much, but attacking into a bunch of chump blockers will never really get the job done. So we'll hope Radiant Flames can go the distance again. Because if that thing survived, we would have just been outclassed. Alright, let's take a look at our deck real quick. So, usually save the screenshot here. Rolling Thunder does a good job against her. Free Runner's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, there's ways around her. Maybe Tightening Coils is worth taking out for something like Rush of Ice or Zada's Commando. Or, well, we put Zada's Commando in, but something like that. Another creature. Your opponent didn't have many flyers. I still like Seer's Lantern in the deck. I forget how long it is for sideboarding. It's like 3 minutes. About, you usually don't need most of it or all of it unless you're revamping your whole deck or if you're off doing something else. Oh, what a bad hand. Yeah, this hand is ridiculously bad. This is the kind of hand where you lose on turn 6 with 7 cards in your hand, so I'm going to mulligan it. This is a lot better. Not great, but it does, maybe set us up for rushing out this Tyrant or surging it out or whatever they call it. Better than our first hand, but still not great. Alright, well, it certainly got a lot better. How early to play Radiant Flames? That's the big question. I'm only taking 2 here, which means maybe no third land? Oh, well, that doesn't do much. I'm not going to run out Radiant Flames yet. But that's a good one. And we'll have to draw something else to surge the Tyrant, because getting this into play is so strong. It's unlikely our opponent attacks with both into it, so it really shuts down this creature completely. They'll still get in for 1 or 2 with this Sentinel, though. It's too bad that the cards have such a bright background on the text, because this art looks cool behind it. They did that with the Expeditions as well. There's a very bright text where it could be just more transparent to see the art better. I mean, it's fine. They still look great. But I'm sure they did think about it and tried different things out. Still, it looks a little bit too opaque to me. Alright, what is this? Scion Summoner. Sure. So we do take 2 damage this turn. And I believe, well, ooh, that's a nice one. Huh. Yeah, that's the reason we don't want Radiant Flames, is because of all this nonsense. It's really a 2 for 2, which doesn't get me excited for it. I'll just pass here. And we can comparative analysis. Try to draw another land to set up a Tyrant. Opponent's just sitting over there with Nissa in hand, thinking, how do I get her to survive this game? Because I'm sure I could have won that first game if she did. One of the arts in Limited is the timing of playing your bombs. And it's rough, because if you play your bomb early, you can win early. And if you play your bomb early, it can run into your opponent's removal. So it's a trade-off. And I tend to err on the side of playing the bombs late. And it's just, how fast is your deck? What kind of bomb is it? And so forth. If you have a random 3/3 in like Kalidas or something, you probably play the random 3/3 first. Unless, the situation just isn't improved by a random 3/3 and you need Kalidas out right away. But enough about that. Our opponent is doing something. Yep. So plus, oh god, I love plus. That means we can slip through space and just finish her off. That means Tyrant gets a little worse, but we'll see what we draw with the analysis. Put a plant token into play. Haha, you've fallen into my trap. Or something. That's funny, yeah, they're still afraid of... There was really nothing to be afraid of there to leave the Sentinel back, but I guess to haste creature or something plus flames is pretty good. Okay, well, we have all the lands we could ever want. Let's... Yeah, this is a tough decision, because we could take Nissa down to 1 this turn, and then get hit back for plenty. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... Get hit back for like 15, depending on what happens. Oh. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. And we could also think about trying to get Tyrant out next turn. So what does that mean? That means playing Radiant Flames this turn, or playing Radiant Flames the turn after we play Tyrant of Valakut for 3, or for 2. Oh, so gross. Yeah, I'm gonna wait 1 turn and just pass here. And next turn, it's going to be Slip Through Space Tyrant, which should kill Nissa, no matter how large she happens to be. But it means our opponent gets 1 more turn with a Nissa activation. They'll probably respect my play last turn, activate Akum Stonewaker, and then minus Nissa. Or not. Well, let's see. Let's see what happens. But only 1 creature gets out of Radiant Flames range with the minus. Radiant Flames still gets the Scion, the Plant, and the Stonewaker. So we'll see. Good card is good. I also really love the art on this. Not all Planeswalker cards look, I don't know, this sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, Planeswalker-like or something. Embodiment of Insight. Sure. You got it. So minus now? You get a 5/5 Vigilance? That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. Or plus, because there's no possible way we can kill Nissa if you plus, right? Sure. Except for maybe Slip Through Space plus Tyrant of Valakut. This is when you go to Gatherer and you look up every single card in the set that your opponent could possibly play. And you say, "What? How is my Nissa gonna die?" Even if you do that, you might not think of this combination. You know, unless you saw one or more of the cards in Game 1. And honestly, I forget what our opponent saw in Game 1. I definitely remember Radiant Flames, but what else did we cast? Oh, this is all this game. Whatever. Well, there's 3 lines here. Plus, minus, and do nothing. And I don't recommend do nothing. Well, there's even more lines than that, because you could also attack or leave stuff back to block. The only attackers possible would be this Summoner and the Sentinel. But we also have this advantage of having a bunch of mana left open here. Okay, just forget Nissa. Okay, here comes the plan. Alright, so we kind of did it. We kind of get to do everything. So Slip Through Space, draw a card, attack Nissa, play Tyrant of Valakut. I'm not saying we're going to win this game, but at least we're going to be able to kill this Planeswalker. Redirect to Voice of Zendikar. Yes. Huh. It's too bad waste is not a color that counts for Radiant Flames. They'd have to reword this card pretty significantly to make that the case. I guess they could say 6 types of mana, or the number of types of mana spent to cast it or something. But they haven't really established that as a thing. And then you might have types that are like snow-covered, or Phyrexian, or who knows what types of mana. Because there are only 5 colors in Magic, but there's a whole lot of other stuff going on. Alright. Do your worst. Now, the Tyrant has done a lot. I would probably just trade it with Embodiment if that's the only thing that attacked. Oh, goodness. So what else could be going on here? I would like to force our opponent to... to use a trick, I guess? Yeah, we're not out of the water yet. If they're not attacking with everything, it means they probably don't have a trick, so we'll see. I mean, we're tapped out, so if they have a trick, they're definitely coming in. That hesitation leads me to believe that they don't have a trick. So even if they come in with everything, it's more likely that they're just bluffing it. After they sort of messed up last turn and lost Nisa, they might be even more careful about what they're doing. I mean, they didn't mess up at all, but they were so careful not to lose her, but we just had the right cards at the right time. And not much to show for her except 5 more life than they might be at, and a couple plant tokens. Although these are sweet plant tokens. Yeah, okay, we're approaching half as much time spent as our opponent here, or twice as much time remaining, or something like that. Alright, stuff's coming in, so if there's no trick, I guess I want to block the forest. We take 9, puts us at 7. And then, yeah, I like this. That puts us at 7. We get to clean up some plant tokens with the Radiant Flames. Yeah, unfortunately, the other line here that makes sense is just blocking the Insight. It means we take 8 this turn, but a lot less the turns after. So what could this be? Alright. 1 damage to everything? That would suck. But they only have 4 lands anyway, so it's not like... Oh wow. We just got it all this turn. Yeah, the funny thing here is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We just get to do everything. So I'm going to attack with everything. If the embodiment blocks Zada's Commando, that's just great for us. No, so they'll take 5. We can do 5 to them. Gotta do this in the right order so that we don't lose all of our creatures that we're casting this turn. Alright, so let's make sure we play Dragon Master Outcast and Valakut Predator. So we're still, yeah, maybe attacking with Tyrant was a little bit aggressive. The reason I attacked with it at all was to bluff, like, just an all-out reckless attack, in which case our opponent might have blocked with Embodiment. They were pretty unlikely to block with it because they did see Radiant Flames game 1. So I think it was wrong to attack there. What now? 4, 5, 6, 7. I will block Embodiment this turn. Just save the maximum damage. Yeah, Netcaster Spider. Okay. For the first time, I feel out of the woods a little bit. And I don't want to make the same mistake again and make a reckless attack, especially since Netcaster just kills the Tyrant. So I will not do that. I'll try to sit back and let Dragon Master Outcast build an army of dragons. Yep, that's a lot of dragons. Alright, so I'm not sure what kind of nonsense could win it for our opponent. We're at 6 life, which means, I don't know, there are some combinations of burn spells which would kill us before we could kill our opponent, but I'm not too worried about those. Especially if we draw negate, then that becomes not very likely. So let's see what we're dealing with. If everything attacks, our opponent's guaranteed to get in like 1 damage. Oh, what is this? Because probably not blocking with Dragon Master Outcast here. If you're using this for mana, why do you make it a creature? Outnumber? And then you just point that at the Outcast anyway. This just leaves it open to like, ooh. Well, do we survive this, or are we dead? Or do we have to block with our... No, I think we survive this. Just barely, though. We survive at 2 life. We block like this. Interesting. I'm gonna be dead next turn? Yeah, I don't want to block with the Outcast. So... Ugh. So we lose both dragons, and we only have 1 dragon left after this. That was a good play. But I don't see a way around it. There was no other way to block our dragon. So now we are dead to any land and almost any spell. Yeah, so we're dead. Oh, after all that hard work, turn against, killed by our own dragon. So that attack with the dragon really did cost us, because we're at a lot less life because of that. Alright, what can we do here? Take the least damage, still die. The silver lining here is that our opponent has 5 minutes to win a game 3. And what? Do we have any random land destruction in here? Expedite, that doesn't do it. Oh, negate would have been so good there. Flameseeker, Aggressor, Worldbreaker? I guess that counts as land destruction. Rush of Ice. Rush of Ice over Tightening Coils. Yeah, I kind of like that, actually. It's another angle to attack the Planeswalker, and our opponent just didn't have flyers. So leaving one of those 4/3 tramples in play, you know, as an 0/3, still means it has some upside, so it's not exciting. Wow, well, we pulled out all the stops on that one and still ended up a little bit short. So we'll definitely take the play in game 3. And just try to survive for as long as possible. Okay, how are the other matches going? I mean, I guess with the last match going on, Malavi beat the Squirrel in 1 game. Probably the Squirrel just timed out or something. Just missed their match. And the Killdozer, what a name. Maximum value from their sideboarding time. Yeah, well, if we win this match, we certainly earned it by waiting around for our opponent the whole time. Would you like to play first? And we might win by time, so I guess I can't complain too much. This is a great hand. I'll keep it and lead with Island and opponent mulligans. So they need to find a hand that's capable of winning in 5 minutes. So even if they had a slow hand or whatever, they might they might be advised to mulligan it to try to find a faster hand. Okay. I could be afraid of a haste creature, but I'm really just not, so get a 1 damage in. Most haste creatures would die to Reality Hemorrhage anyway. I'll admit, that's a pretty good one here, Netcaster Spider. It shuts down our offense, and it's almost never killed by Radiant Flames, and if it is, both our creatures die. Okay. We're getting to the point where we could Radiant Flames for 1. Oh, it's coming in. God, what does that mean? I'm just going to block with both. If something weird happens here, then good for our opponent. But this could easily be a bluff attack, and just you know, it doesn't have to be a bluff attack, but it could easily be one. And we're trading 1 for 1, so I'm fine with that. Oh, it untapped it, so we get no extra value out of that. I'll just hold up as we've been holding up, because if it attacks again as a bluff attack, then I can block with Blinding Drone and finish off the Netcaster Spider. Yeah, I'm not too afraid of this. I would expect the Spider to come in, but perhaps not, and I'll just take this 3. So what to do? Hemorrhage this guy? I don't like that plan, because we can just easily kill it with the Radiant Flames. Here, we could kill both with Rolling Thunder. Yeah, let's try that. So do we have enough of that? I think we do. Sure. Even another pump spell is unlikely to save both of them, and we can attack. Yeah, I can't imagine getting too much more value out of the Thunder. Okay. Come on, play another 2 toughness creature. Ooh, that's a good one. Getting a lot of damage here. But we get to Radiant Flames for 2. Guess we should have left our Blinding Drone back. This turn... Oh, I am just an idiot. I meant to do it for 2. Ugh. Whatever. This is the sloppiest play I've ever seen or done. And if it costs us the game, I'll certainly deserve it. Alright, so Reckless Bushwhacker punished us, but I don't expect anything like that to come out. If Nissa comes out, I'll probably just counter her. Land. So let's add white and get a Devastator in play. And that finishes off our opponent in 2 shots. Yeah, what a misclick. So I don't advise casting Radiant Flames for 1 if you want to do 2 damage. It's so easy to do that type of thing. Alright. No reason to really attack with Blinding Drone here. We could keep up the tap effect. Possibly tap 2 creatures. And that's just going to end up doing more damage than the 1 damage. Okay. Well, we did it. We thought we did it before, but now we definitely did it. But wait, there's a flash creature? Or turn against? No. None of that. That's just not. This time you're not getting away with that. Okay, so for real this time, I'll see you in the next match.